let me ask you a question. What species is a fetus?
Human.
So if it's a fetus and it's alive, wouldn't that be a human life?
Kind of.
So you're okay with disposing of a human life?
An undeveloped human life that can't sustain itself.
What about people that are clinically mentally retarded? Should we dispose of them? Why? They can't live without function of other individuals.
They're not a parasite.
They're what?
They're not a parasite.
They're not a parasite?
Life force out of somebody else.
Wait, so you think a 6-week fetus is a parasite?
By definition, I think so.
So, you were once a 6-week fetus. You were once a 6-week fetus, and I'm glad that your mother decided to have you. Are you? No. You. Okay, life is hard, but if you wish you were aborted.
I don't think the world would be terribly different if I didn't.
See, this is where you and I totally disagree. I want you to have the right to life. I'm glad you're alive. You're not. I want more people to live.
I'm glad that I'm alive, but I don't think the world would be terribly different if I didn't exist.
You don't know that. Do you know how many abortions happen? Do you know how many abortions happen every day?
Every day? No, I know there's probably millions.
Okay, so there's 3,000 a day.
Okay.
Do you think that's too much? Okay, do you want more people or less people in the world?
Probably less. I think there's too many. We can't feed them. We can't house them.
You want less human beings?
Yes.
You understand that's a eugenics argument.
No, I'm not trying to pick out which particular people we should be getting rid of. I'm just saying the population has skyrocketed in the past, couple hundred years.
Thank goodness more human beings are able to live longer. I think life's a beautiful thing.
That's great, but we're killing the planet, and we're killing each other.
So you would put hierarchy planet over babies? Like trees over babies?
No.
I'm just asking because you say that more human beings has contributed to
I don't think we should be actively trying to create more people on purpose for the point of having more humans.
That's kind of what human beings do, though.
Right. Not everybody's like, yeah, I need to pump out more kids just so we have more humans.
Do you know 99% of abortions, more or less, are because of convenience, because people just don't want to have the child?
Yeah, kids are hard.
And do you think it's okay just because something is hard to be able to dismiss of another human being?
Yes.
What gives you the right, or somebody else the right, to dispose of another human being with a totally different DNA that will never be created again? If I decide you are someone that shouldn't be around, should I have the right to be able to remove you? So is the baby in the womb. And you said it's a life and a human life. Well, just because a baby can't live on its own does not mean it's not a person. You're okay with disposing of human life. I applaud you for being very clear with your indispensable fervor of human beings. You do understand this is how genocides begin, right?
Excuse me.
No, I'm not saying you are, but dehumanizing and saying I'm okay with disposing people because we don't want them is how hundreds of millions of people were killed in the last 100 years.
Right. I don't think that a 6-week-old fetus
deserves protection despite having a heartbeat. Do you think abortion should be a form of birth control?
I think it should be a last resort.
But it's becoming the primary resort 1 million times a year. It's a lot.
How many people are on birth control?
Quite a lot.
It's more than 1 million.
Do you know that the abortion rate is higher than the birth rate in New York City for black women? Do you know if you see a pregnant black woman in New York City, she's more likely going to the abortion clinic than to the delivery room? Does that bother you? Do you understand the black birth rate has flatlined since passage of the decision of Roe versus Wade?
Right. I don't think the world is that great for black people. I think so we should not be.
So we should.
No, I'm not. No, I'm saying they're not incapable. I'm not a racist.
You understand this is the eugenicist KKK Margaret Sanger argument.
Not giving them the opportunity to be in a place where they can sustain a family. I'm saying we have a systemic issue that's hurting people of color, and they don't feel like they can afford that.
Infant-bearing age of black women make up about 3% of the U.S. population and 40% of the abortions. The black population has stagnated and not grown at all, basically as a percentage of population since the passage of Roe versus Wade. If someone was a racist, not saying you are, they are keeping the black population at perfect population control. Something to think about. I want more black people. Do you?
Okay.
Hey, my man, good conversation.
Okay.
Gotta move forward.
All right. Thank you. I want more black people in the world. You want less.